Alright guys, James at Rampant Lion Reviews again for you today, doing my second and what might be my last little out and about video for you around Seoul in South Korea. So we're going to go and check out Table Brewing Company today and see how we get on. They've got a nice selection of beers, so I'll take you inside, let you have a look at the bar, and we'll see how we get on. Cheers! Alright guys, so this place is kind of in an alleyway almost. This isn't just one of the very sort of not very wide streets, but you come up to this and you can see the selection of beer straight away outside. This one's like a little kind of brew pub, so they've got Pine Pilsner IPA, Yuzu Ale, Happy Bites and Cool Melon, Session IPA, Honey Brown, Goyang Pale, White Night, Osengat Jongro, the Seoul Train Double IPA, Oh My Goes, Nugget Ale, the Light Stout and the Hemp Seed Brown Ale. But it says on the sign here, your Table IPA won the prize 4 years in a row for one of the best beers. So we'll go in and we'll have a taste of that one. So yeah, let's go down to the bar, see how we get on. So yeah, when you come in, straight away, watch your head here. I learned the hard way because I'm 185 centimetres and Koreans are a good bit smaller than Europeans generally. So what you'll notice about this bar is that when you come in, there is a sort of ganja theme, and they had a hemp brown ale as well. So yeah, just look at that. So straight away, you're greeted with this, all of this. So yeah, you come in, the bar is here. They've got an empty area here that they're not using. My cousin and I, we're just sat over here. One of the things as well is, you can actually buy these cans to take away, which are 1.5 litres. It costs you the same as actually buying 2 beers of your beer of choice. But yeah, you come in, they've got this nice bar here, all the taps are just up there. And they're playing old World Cup games too, which is kind of cool. But yeah, you've got this nice kind of brick interior. You come round here. Yeah, my cousin's just sitting here. I'll let you look at the menu in a minute. But yeah, their bar and stuff is just over here. We're watching Germany, Korea from the Russian World Cup 2018. But yeah, so down here in the menu again, these are all the beers that I've just taken you through. They do have a couple of seasonals as well, incidentally. Juicy Cruise, New England IPA, Spring Letter Brut IPA, Havana Brut. Just for a sort of price reference here, if you're comparing this to Japanese yen, divide it by 100 and then take away 10%. So the one that I'm going to try, the Table IPA for example, this one will be about 690 yen, so probably around 625 yen you would pay for that. So in euros, that would be around €4.50, maybe something like that. Yeah, about €4, €4.50, somewhere in that kind of region. So in US dollars, what, around, I don't know, maybe about $5 or so. But yeah, the menu they've got here is pretty impressive. Basically, some chicken, pizzas, wings. You will think this is a little bit pricey for pizza and stuff, but compared to the brew pubs in America, it is a little bit cheaper because the won is quite a surprisingly weak currency considering how developed Korea is, and things are very cheaper. You have fries and stuff. So pretty good menu, I have to say, and they've got all different kind of cocktails and stuff too. So yeah, a really nice bar here. But I'm going to have a taste of my Table IPA and just see how we go on. So there's a little zoom in on the Table IPA. This guy is 45 IBUs, 6% ABV. I'll catch you when it comes. Alright guys, so we're inside now. I'm just going to take a look at my beer. My cousin's enjoying the hemp brown ale, but I'm having a taste of the Table IPA. So this guy, as I mentioned to you earlier, it comes in at 6% ABV, 45 IBUs. So this is going to be my one beer review that I do in here because we're only stopping in quickly. But yeah, this one's won a couple of prizes, so we'll see how we get on with this. As you can see with it, if I hold it up to the light, it is actually like quite a nice kind of coppery colour. This one, there was a solid finger of a frothy kind of cream coloured head. 1 or 2 big bubbles sticking to the side, but quite a few visible going up towards the bottom of it there. I'm not sure how well you can hear me over the music, but we'll just go with it. The iPhone that my cousin has is pretty good, he says. But yeah, nice looking IPA. This one looks like a West Coast IPA, so let's take a look at the aroma, just see how we get on. So straight away with this one, you're seeing it's really nice and juicy. This beer to me, it comes across as being quite orangey and citrusy. I'm curious, I can't place what hops that would be.
If it's orangey, you know, the obvious choices are like Amarillo, Mosaic. I don't think it's Mosaic though. The orange that comes out in this one's a bit more oily, so I'm thinking Amarillo with this beer. But yeah, really nice orange. You know, it's got a little bit of a kind of lemony zest to it, so maybe there's a little bit of a kind of centennial or something like that in here. Granted, you do get some Korean hops from what I gather, so there might be a hop variety in here that I don't know. But yeah, it's a lovely, fresh, juicy fruit IPA, this one, I have to say. So it smells really nice. Underneath with the malt base, a little bit bready. You know, a little bit of a biscuity sweetness as well, some kind of richer caramels. I'm pretty sure by the appearance and by the aroma, this is going to be a West Coast IPA. It's 45 IBUs apparently as well, so pretty sure this is going to be a West Coast IPA, albeit one that's a little bit lighter on the bitterness. But yeah, the green side of the hops, I'd say this one's leaning a bit more towards the floral side of things, to be honest with you. Definitely a little bit of grassiness too, mixing with the lemony and orangey qualities that the beer has. But yeah, mainly a nice kind of juicy, oily orange and sort of lemony thing. The little bells you can hear, by the way, are the little things that we have to ring to get served, so you might hear those going off a couple of times in this video. But yeah, nice smelling beer, this one. I really like the aroma of this, I have to say. That's one of the nicest IPA aromas I've found in Korea so far, so thumbs up to the table for this one. But let's have a look at their signature beer then. The Table Beer Brewing Company here in Insadong, kind of near Kwangdong as well, in central Seoul in South Korea. Let's get stuck in. Slanje School, Gongdae. Yeah, that's pretty nice. I mean, first impression of this beer, kind of typical IPA. This one is by no means going to blow the head off you in terms of bitterness and stuff. It actually has a really nice, almost butterscotchy Werther's Original type flavour in the malt base. So yeah, nice pale malty quality going across the middle of the tongue. The further you go into the aftertaste, it gets a little bit grainy. I wouldn't be surprised if they've used a little bit of English Maris Otter malt in this one, kind of the same as Gorilla Brewing Company down in Busan were doing actually. The malt base in this one really reminds me of that, the beers that I was having down there actually. It does have a kind of distinctly English malt base, and like I say, the graininess comes out a little bit further later on. Yeah, centre of your tongue then, definitely a nice little bit of a kind of richer caramel in my opinion. Yeah, definitely a nice little bit of a richer caramel in there. More, and as you move further out from the centre of your palate, it does get a little bit more kind of grainy. Back corners of your palate, it does have a little bit of earthiness in there. As you come further forward, it does become a little bit herbal. There could be some English hops in here, like some Kent Goldings or something like that. But yeah, definitely a little bit herbal, a little bit floral and aromatic on the front corners of the palate, round the very front curve of the tongue, just a little bit lighter and grassy. Behind the front curve of the palate, of course, that's where you get that little oily bubble with the juicy fruits. To me, the malt base in this one does have a really good English character to it, but the hoppy side of the beer is more American, so this one is kind of a hybrid IPA in terms of styles. Yeah, so fruity side of things then, to me, quite orangey, definitely orangey. I would suspect Amarillo in this one straight away. I do think the main hop in this one is Amarillo. It's straight up oranges. That lemony zest that I was picking up in the aroma though was quite interesting, but it doesn't come out so much in the flavour incidentally. But this is a really nice IPA. I mean, the oily oranges and the sweet caramel, you know, this one really hits the spot for me. I always liked my West Coast IPAs to be like this. In terms of mouthfeel, I'd say this is a mid-bodied beer. Carbonation is really smooth. It leans towards the oily side of things. It does have a little bit of that crispness that you'd expect of an Asian beer though. As I've always told you, Asian craft beers do tend to have that element of drinkability, and this one definitely has that. So yeah, mid-bodied, smooth carbonation, a little bit oily. IBUs, as I said, are 45 in this one. I think there's a little touch of bitterness coming from the malt base in this as well. It's not all from the hops, incidentally. But yeah, juicy fruits, quite an oily juicy fruit in this one. Like I say, a good balance in the malt base between sweetness and graininess. But that's a really nice IPA, and I can see why this one would win prizes actually. It does remind me quite a bit of the Gorilla Brewing Company down in Busan. So a really nice beer, this one. if you get the chance to try it, I recommend that you do. I think this is the only beer that I'm going to review, but we'll get back to, I'll give you my final thoughts on the bar here when I go outside again. Hope you've enjoyed this. Slàinte, Seoul, Jongro. Alright guys, so just my final thoughts on Table Brewing Company then. We had a really nice little time here. We just stopped off because we happened to find it. We didn't actually come looking for this place. Really nice selection of beer. The IP I was impressed with. My cousin's brown ale was pretty nice as well. Prices were good, the standard thing. You will pay a little bit more for beer in Asia just because it is Asia and they don't make their own malts here. I also got a nice can which is either a litre or a litre and a half. I think this is a litre can for 12,000 won, which is somewhere in the region of like €8, like 1,000 Japanese yen. You'd pay more for actually drinking a beer, like one glass of beer in Japan with this. So really impressed with this, good quality beer. Apparently the beer's made out in the suburbs. The guy did say the name of the place, but I forget. But this is just their tap room that's here. But this was really nice to come and visit. Had a good time here. If you get the chance and you find yourself in the Insadong district in Seoul, come and check out Table Brewing Company. Catch you soon. Hope you've enjoyed this. This might be my last out and about video for Seoul. Slàinte just now. Catch you guys later. Slàinte, Seoul, Jongro.